All right, friends, I think this is video number 5. I'm going to go with 5. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is how plants make their own food to eat. So plants need 3 things in order to do this. Number 1 would be sunlight. Number 2 would be water. And number 3 would be carbon dioxide. So remember that we exhale carbon dioxide and the plants inhale carbon dioxide. So we kind of work together. Just like you, plants breathe in air, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and other chemicals are in the air. When plants breathe in, they need carbon dioxide, whereas when humans breathe in, we need oxygen. So you may have heard that talking to plants helps them to grow. Well, this is true because the plants need the carbon dioxide that we exhale, and we need the oxygen that the plants exhale. So you can see this little girl and her plant. So we take in the oxygen and that the plants give off, and we convert that into carbon dioxide, and then the plants take that in, and then they give off oxygen, and it's just a nice cycle. So there is a little bit of truth to the fact that if you talk to your plants, they will grow better because you're basically breathing on them, and you're breathing that carbon dioxide onto them so that they can absorb it, and then they can give us oxygen. So what is photosynthesis? We're still not quite getting into it yet. Plants also drink water. They need water just like all living creatures to survive. Since plants cannot move around from place to place, they suck up the water through their roots and into their stem, and then it goes into their leaves. So that's why, we water our little flowers in our garden, or the rain helps. And back when we were talking about taxonomy, we were talking how plants move. So their roots will grow in the direction of the water source. So if they're located near like a river or a stream, their roots will grow towards that river or stream. So they're not like getting up and walking away, but parts of them do move. The last key ingredient is sunlight. A plant's green leaves are made up of tiny cells filled with chloroplast. The chloroplast takes in the carbon dioxide, the water, and the sunlight, and they turn it into sugar or food for the plant. So think of it like a filter. Like if you've ever seen on like a vacuum cleaner, there's a filter that goes in there, and all the dirt and debris kind of gets stuck in that filter. So that's kind of like what the chloroplast is. It like absorbs like all the carbon dioxide and the water and the sunlight kind of like push into this filter, and then the plant will take in those nutrients to help turn the nutrients into food, which is essentially sugar. Oxygen is then exhaled back out into the air, and this complete process is known as photosynthesis. So this is why the rainforests are so important, because they provide 20 to 30% of the entire Earth's oxygen supply. So even though we are here in Pennsylvania, a lot of our oxygen supply comes from rainforests all over the world. Humans depend on plants not only as a source of food, but also as a large part of the oxygen in their air. So all of the trees and plants around us help us to breathe and grow every day. If you've ever seen the Lorax, you've seen that they cut down the last of the truffula trees, and then the air gets all polluted and gross, and the swans can't swim, and or fly, and the fish can't swim, and the barbaloots, they leave. So the Lorax is like a great movie that kind of explains the importance of plants. Plants and trees help the earth too by absorbing some of the greenhouse gases that hurt the atmosphere. So the truth is that we need plants and trees as much as they need us. So it's really important that we preserve our plants and our animals. Well, I didn't want to do that. More importantly, like we want to conserve our plants because they help to give us the oxygen that we need, and we help to give them the carbon dioxide that they need. I just want to show you this one clip. So if I can pull it up here, I will. And if it does not play, then that will stink. So just give me 1 second. Again, you know how my internet is. My internet can be very spotty. So let's just see what happens. I'm just gonna go ahead and pause my I'm gonna pause my recording. Okay, so I got part of the clip that I want to share. So let's see if we can play it and hear it.
So I'm sending them off. Hopefully they'll be able to find a better place out there somewhere. Melvin? Melvin? Hey, Pipsqueak. Hey.
So this is really all your fault. You destroyed everything.
Yes. And each day since the Lorax left, I've sat here regretting everything I've done. Staring at that word, unless, and wondering what it meant. But now I'm thinking, well, maybe you're the reason the Lorax left that word there.
Me? Why would he leave that for me?
Because unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. The last Trovula seed. You need to plant it, Ted.
Yeah, but nobody cares about trees anymore.
Then make them care. Plant the seed in the middle of town where everyone can see. Change the way things are. I know it may seem small and insignificant, but it's not about what it is. It's about what it can become. That's not just a seed, any more than you're just a boy.
So basically, he's telling Ted that he needs to plant the seed and convince the town people to start caring about the trees again, because the trees aren't going to come back unless they're planted and taken care of. And they understand now that they need the trees because the trees help to filter the air. Just like it says here, some of the earth, the plants and trees help the earth by absorbing some of the greenhouse gases that hurt the atmosphere. They also provide shelter and food for lots of living things. So it's really important that we continue to protect our trees and our plants because they do so much for us. So this is going to end our video here, and you can go ahead and answer the questions in the Google form.